In this episode of the Short 5, we'll be looking at the unmarked locations of Skyrim that I find most interesting. As always, this is just my opinion, but I would love to hear yours in the comments below. For number 5, we'll be looking at a couple of skeletons known as Friends Forever. Nestled next to the College of Winterhold on the bank of the Sea of Ghosts, the bones remain to tell the story of these poor souls. One seems to have got their legs snapped by a trap, while the other refused to leave their side. We can find the alchemy book Mannimarco, King of Worms here as well, hinting that these skeletons belong to alchemists, and due to the specifics of this book, maybe even necromancers. At number 4, we have Pincushion Peter. This nickname makes a whole lot of sense once we get a good look at Peter here. High up in the mountains east of the Thalmor Embassy, we see a skeleton that is pretty much pinned to the ground by weaponry. These are leveled weapons found here, and they won't respawn once you pick them up. But we can also find a copy of the book The Rear Guard here, which will increase the light armor stat. Number 3 brings us next to Broken Fang Cave, where we can find a fossilized giant mud crab. This crab is far more enormous than its average peers, which we can find in great numbers here as well. It's believed that the guardian mud crab that spawned here is the spirit of this extraordinary creature. All that's left is a shell of what once was to celebrate the memory of this mighty warrior. We have the Lady of the Lake at number 2. Up the river from Bleakwind Basin, we can find this skeleton's arm holding a sword out of the water. The blade is leveled to the player, so you will find a more powerful sword the higher your level when you reach this place. This is a reference to the legend of King Arthur, where the Lady of the Lake presented Excalibur in the same fashion. And finally, at number 1, we have the POULTRY Reanimator at Lake Gear. Just south of Gearman's Hall, we can find this novice necromancer trying to resurrect some dead chicken. We can grab some ingredients here and sometimes a soul gem. Still, once the necromancer is destroyed, we can loot them for a 2920 Volume 10 Frostfall book, and if we take the chicken egg from the nest, the chickens will resurrect. Thank you for watching this episode of The Short 5. If you have something you would like to see covered, make sure to bring it to the comments.